Hello everybody and welcome back to another little tips and tricks on the FTB Skies map here. I wanted to talk about farming because I know that that's kind of some people have an issue with it, especially when you're working with the pedestals. It's a little bit tricky to kind of get them set up, but there's multiple ways you can farm stuff in this pack. Now, I don't have any food farms set up because if you notice my bar down there, I have full saturation, and that's because, let me get over to it, that's because I have full saturation in the ability tokens. So if you look here, you'll get this as a reward, this, what is it called? This ability bottle. And it allows you to take a look at your ability that you have set up here, and you get these abilities from ability totems, and I'll show you where you can get those. But yeah, if you go down here, you get all kinds of, like I have invisibility, which is why you see my suit, but you don't see me in there. But these are just effects that will affect either you or mobs around you. Night vision, for example, poison. Entities become poison. That's probably not a good one to have if you're fighting mobs like zombies and stuff, because poison will actually heal them. You can turn that off like I've done on Step Assist here. Resistance and here, so saturation. I need one more level of saturation to fully max it out. But as you can see, I've pretty much got full saturation all the time now. And so I don't have to eat at all. So I don't have any food farms. But let's say, where was that poison one at? I'll show you how to turn this off. So if you want to turn off this poison, you highlight it here, and then you just push it over onto that side right there. And this means it won't be in effect. And if we looked here, see, these are all the different effects that you see. See, I have saturation, resistance, fire resistance, haste, regeneration, glowing, strength, dolphins, invisibility, speed. I only have speed 2 because I don't like to go that fast. Water breathing, which kind of useless on a sky block. Night vision, but I have the night vision goggles, so don't really need that, but I got it anyways. Absorption, which gives you the extra hearts. And then you got that conduit power, which allows you to breathe and mine faster underwater, which again is kind of useless on a sky block. But I'll show you how to get those ability totems. They make you pretty much, as you can see, I've got orange hearts, but I got all those absorption hearts as well. So yeah, they're really nice to have. I don't know if you haven't seen it, I did a video, no commentary on it. It's just the video of me going to the end. There's 2 ways to get to the end. One is via rocket ship, and the other is fighting the Gaia spirits to get end portal blocks that you can make an end portal. I chose the rocket way, which is a lot easier to do and not so much hassle. And plus, I wanted to get into the rocketry anyways. So yeah, I went to the end and fought the dragon. These loot bees are everywhere. Look how many. Look at on my mini map up there. Look how many bees are flying around. I'm gonna have to go around and kill those guys because they're just hanging out there, just kind of doing nothing except just hanging out there. I did add a little building here. I thought I'd show it to you real quick. Yeah, this is my Ars Nouveau Enchanting Center. So I pretty much got everything set up here to do all the kind of stuff that I need, and I'm working on my book. Trying to get my spells going and stuff. I really only have 2 kind of set up here, but I'm working on getting the glyphs for it. And the more glyphs you get, the more mana that you're gonna have. So yeah, so I've been working on it slowly but surely. Yeah, and I've got a tier 2 book. I don't have the tier 3 book, but I've got a tier 2 book here. And yeah, so I'm slowly working on it, and the more the more glyphs that you get in your book, the more mana reserve that you end up having. And then of course over here, the imbuement chamber allows you to make these these essences, different essences, and a lot of these glyphs that you craft, they require the different essences. So, yeah, you need to have that. And then, of course, here is where you could, the alteration table is where you can upgrade your suit. I'm sporting the Battle Mage suit right now, but you can add different. There's different tiers, 1, 2, and 3, but you can add different effects. Now I've got them enchanted, as you can see. Those are just regular enchants. But you notice it says empty 1. That's where the Ars Nouveau upgrade would go. So yeah, I need to work on those and get those squared away as well. Okay, so farming. So right here, I've got a flax farm going. And the reason I'm growing flax is you can convert flax to string. And then, of course, you can convert the string to... turn that off. You can convert the string to wool. So I don't have a sheep farm because I don't really need it because I've got this going here. In order to do now, this would work for a food farm or any farm that basically you're trying to farm a crop. So this would be applicable to whatever, to food, to flax, anything you want to farm as a crop, for example. Now this won't work for a tree farm. This is only for a farm like a food farm or something of that nature. But you need 2 pieces. You need the harvester, which is what this guy is, and you need the planter, which is what this guy does here. And I can show you. Well, here I don't need to go over there. I've got the wireless here. So if we go to the pedestal mod here, so you've got the harvester, right? Harvester here, which will harvest the different crops, and you can, increase the speed of that or range or whatever. There's some things that you do here, but I'll show you here in a minute. And then the planter upgrade. You need that in order to plant. Now, both of these. Now, the planter, of course, it just plants the item. So you have to get the seeds that are generated from the crops and get them into the planter here. And I'll show you. Yeah, you don't see my hand because I'm invisible. So, yeah, just so you know. There we go. So the way I've got this set up here is the harvester basically is. I forgot an important part here. Okay, so both of these require this work area card. Now, notice it says work tool here. A lot of people are having trouble because they can't craft it because they don't know where that work tool is. You actually have it. I've got it in my box here. Oh, by the way, I made a little house. Yeah, I made a little house just for my bed and for the potato bro here. I put potato bro in there. This upgrade tool. Now, you need the upgrade tool to make this, which is what you need to make the other pieces of it. But that work tool, the way you get the work tool is just you take your upgrade tool and you crouch and right click, and there you go. This is the work tool. So you actually need the upgrade tool, and then you crouch and right click and get the different tools, and the one that you need for to make the work area card is this work tool right here. So yeah, you're just going to change your upgrade tool into your work tool. And the way the cards work is really pretty simple. You just take it and put it in your hand, and then you right click. So for example, you would right click this block right here, and then go over here and say notice I don't have anything there. That's because I right-click this block right here. So this is kind of a dead area here, and the same over here. I think it's, oh no, it's planting over there because I did this, I did that block there. So what I should have done was put a block, extend this out to right about there, and then right-click that block out there, and it would have covered this area here. Not a big deal. It's, it's like, what, 3 spaces maybe? Yeah, 3 spaces, so not a big deal. But that's how you do it. That's how you set the work area, and you want to do this for both of these guys. And then you hold the work card. Once you set it, you got to do one for each. And once you set it, you put it in your offhand here, and then just right-click it on the pedestal, and that sets the work area. And before you put the work card in, it's going to give you an error message saying no work area is set, and it won't work until you do that. Now, you notice I don't have a tool on this. You can't put tools on these. For example, you could say you want to put a hoe on there. Maybe the hoe's got fortune. Well, that's a problem because hoes actually mine like a 2x2 or a 3x3 area, and you don't want to do that because your plants aren't going to be mature. They're not all going to be mature. So, yeah, it's you probably don't want to do that. So I don't have anything in there, and it'll just break the individual plants. Yeah. And see, the reason they're growing so fast while I'm over here, you notice like they're just going crazy. I've got that, what is it? Bone meal. There's a bone meal. Yeah, bone mealer here. Yeah, see, bone meal's the area. So while I'm standing here, it's bone mealing this, and it's going like absolutely bonkers. So just another ability token. Okay, so that's how you had to set up. Now, these don't... I think you can get an upgrade to have these like retrieve items, but I don't have it set up that way. Instead, I'm using the item collector from Cyclic, and the reason I'm using the item collector from Cyclic is I want to filter this stuff. I want to kind of filter what I'm doing here. So if you look down here, you see I've got flax seeds coming out of the box, coming out of the chest here. So the item collector will take stuff and put it into its inventory. I've got the item pipe that'll pull everything out into the chest here. And what you'll get is, of course, the flax. You're going to get the flax, and then you're going to get the seeds as well. So if you look at this one right here, I've got the flax coming out of the box, out of the chest, and going into this ender chest here, which is connected to my drawer system over here. Yeah, it's down there. It's kind of hard to see. It's kind of underneath here. It's like right over. Yeah, it's like right over there somewhere. I don't think we can actually see it. Yeah, it's like right over here somewhere. I don't want to dig it up, but that's where the ender chest is, and it goes right into the drawer system here. And of course, I have my refined storage hooked up to the drawer system via an external storage. So I see everything. I see everything in the drawers, as if it was in my inventory. And, and what you need to do is you set the priority on these to a higher value than what you've got your disk drive. Disk drive is normally set to 0. And what you want to do is set your external storage to a higher priority. And that way it'll always stay in the storage and it won't clog up your internal disk drive. Yeah, I've got a 64K and I'm only using like 10 or 20% of it. So I pull the flax seed out of here. So what you would want to do is, let's say you're doing carrots, you pull the carrots out, or potatoes, you pull the potatoes out, or whatever it is that you're farming, you pull them out of here. And then over here, I've got the flax seeds, and they're just being piped up to the pedestal. The pedestal has 52 flax seeds right now. It's a little behind because I've been bone mealing stuff while I'm standing here. But there's something I wanted to point out. Now, normally what's going to happen is, I'm whacking my microphone here. normally what's going to happen is this chest is going to fill up with flax seeds because you're going to get more flax seeds than are going to fit inside your pedestal. So what you want to do is you want to set this filter here. And notice I have it set to furthest first, which means it's going to try to stick it into the pedestal first. Because as you see, it just went from 63 to 64, if you noticed that. It was 63 and then it went to 64. So because the pedestal is farther away from the filter than the trash can is. So if this is full and it can't put the seed in there, it'll put it into the trash can. And that way it'll keep you from overflowing here on your chest. So yeah, so set it to furthest, or you could, you know, if your trash can is farther away, farther away from, let's say you have a centralized trash can that's farther away than the pedestal is, then you would set this to, nearest first, for example, and that way it would go to the pedestal first, rather than go to the trash first. So yeah, and then this has the advanced pipe grade, which is a diamond level, has all these different options. Actually, I think you can get these options. The distribution options in the gold tier, but you need the diamond tier in order to do the filter. So yeah, that's how I've got that set up. So it works really well. And you can set the same thing up for whatever, any kind of crop that you're trying to farm, food crops or whatever. I'm not doing food crops because I don't need to eat. So it's morning time for me, so I'm having a little bit of coffee. Okay, so here's another method that you could use to farm. And what I'm doing here is I'm farming all of the different saplings that you get in the game. And of course, again, these are being fed directly into into my drawer system over here, as you can see. I've got all the different log types and I've got all the different saplings. Now, you get the red blazing archwood sapling from sifting... what is it? It's sifting. Oh, I can't think of what it is now. I think it's netherrack. From sifting the netherrack, you get the archwood. So I think that's it. I don't know, something. Yeah, that's not working for some reason. I've noticed there's sort of a glitch going on after the 1.0.6 update. I've noticed the pedestals are kind of glitching out in some cases. Yeah, see, they're not feeding those into like they should be. Yeah, I had to, like this guy, like these weren't working either, and I had to fix them. I had to break them and replace them. Yeah, some sort of, because see, that's not. This one's working just fine. What I'm doing here is I'm pulling off the flint because I don't have silk touch. I'm gonna have to come here and mess around with that. That's not working the way it should be working. I noticed that after the update, after the 1.0.6 update, which fixed the crash. I was having a crash on load. The 1.0.5 update was crashing on me. So they fixed that, but then I noticed that my pedestals were acting a little funny. Yeah, and see, they're not acting. They should be pulling stuff in there, and they're not. See, these guys should be working, and none of those guys are working. And this guy's not working either. Yeah, see, I have that set up over here as well. And see, it doesn't look like he's working. These are working, though. But it doesn't look like this guy's working. Unless it's just a visual thing. Let me see. No, it's going up. So it is working. It just must be a visual thing. But It doesn't look like the doesn't look like it's working. Anyways, yeah, that's I'll deal with that offline. That's not what we're talking about, anyways. So getting sidetracked here. So as you progress, you'll get these saplings here, the extra archwood saplings. You get the red ones from sifting the netherrack, but you'll get these. And I think the Otherworld sapling, I think you get that from sifting over there as well. The mahogany saplings and the hexeri saplings you can get from the hexeri villages, and you find those in the overworld. They're all over the place. But basically what I'm doing here is I'm farming all of the different tree types. So rather than having all these different farms, what I'm using here is the phytogenic insulator. And it'll basically farm not just trees, but I mean, it'll farm everything, you know. And it's a good way to, I mean, it'll farm potatoes, for example, and stuff like that. And I've got it hooked into the Refine network, you know, via my network receiver here. So I could plug the cables rather than running cables from all the way over there, all the way down here. I just set up a network receiver. You have to have a transmitter and you have to have a receiver. And then I just hook it into the receiver. It makes it real convenient. And that way you don't have to run cables, you know, clear across your base doing it this way. Now these do require water. So as you notice, again, instead of just running a bunch of cables everywhere, I just made a sink for each one. I mean, why not? The sinks are super cheap to make. It's just a water bucket and some terracotta. I mean, that's basically it. A little bit of iron, I think, and that's all there is. And, you know, I've got all that stuff in abundance. I mean, you get clay, you get iron, so, yeah. So, you know, there's no reason not to. And it looks a lot better. It looks a lot cleaner than running cables everywhere, you know, water cables all over the place. So, yeah, I just made a sink for each one. And then, you know, you just set your configuration here. And notice that I've got bone meal in here. Bone meal will make it grow a little bit faster. So yeah, you can. There's also that phytogenic fertilizer stuff, but it's got some ingredients that I don't think we can get a hold of, or at least I don't know. I don't know how to get a hold of them. So yeah, I'm just using regular old bone meal, and you know, for the refined storage, in order to get this stuff into the system, what you do is you use an exporter and then you filter it. Like so. So I've got bone meal coming in here through the exporter, and then I've got the Otherworld saplings coming in. And these will generate saplings and wood. Right? And then all that will just go into the... it gets picked up here with the importer on the back, and the importer will import into your refined storage system or whatever system you're using. It works the same on AE too if you're using that. Now the reason I have these saplings over here, I don't really need this one in here. The reason I have these saplings in here is because there's no way to get these normally. You get them as a quest reward, and so I have them as, now this one you do get from sifting, but let me just jump over here. No, where is it? Where do I have them at? Oh, wrong one. Like this one here. I have a backup in there just in case for some reason I run out of these saplings. If, for some reason it doesn't generate saplings, I get a bunch of real bad rolls in a row and I run out of saplings, I could take these over here and bone meal them and get a bunch more saplings and throw them into the system. It's just as a backup measure because you can't normally get these ones here. Now the mahogany saplings and stuff, and those two, I'm not sure why I put them in there. I think I just threw them in there because they were lying around. But you can get those. Again, Hexeri villages will get you those. And the Otherworld saplings, you can sift for them. You get them in that netherrack. Okay, so that's kind of two ways you can farm stuff. And again, you can use these phytogenic insulators to farm anything at all. Any of the items that you want. Ooh, not sure what that was. No, I don't want to go there. Let's go over here. Now, getting back to those totems, that's super loud. Getting back to those totems, this is how you get the totems. Basically, set yourself up a mob farm, and they will drop. They will periodically drop from these mobs, and then this is where you'll get the different types of totems. And I've got them in a RF Tools storage, fully maxed out storage for. Gives me 500 spaces to work with because as you can see, they don't stack. So you're going to fill up a chest super fast. So I put them in here because this is just basically got a little bit more room on it. And as you can see, you just get a bunch of them. And see, I have most of this stuff, so most of this stuff just gets thrown away. Like I've got full regeneration, and yeah, what I need is I want to get a saturation, and there's a couple more that I need, but they're the rare ones, so you don't get them. There's also a flight totem that you can get. I think that one's pretty rare as well, but it grants you creative flight, so that's a good one to get as well. You won't have to mess with the jetpack and stuff. So yeah, so I wanted to do a little bit of a farming thing, especially with these pedestals, because people aren't. I know that there's been some confusion on how these pedestals work or how you set them up to actually farm a particular area. And they work the same way. If you want to do a tree farm with the pedestals, you basically do this identical setup, except that you use a chopper instead of a harvester here. You just use a chopper. And the difference would be on the work area, you would set your work area, like here, put it, like if this is your, like I originally had it, this was my tree farm here. So I set the work area here, but then what you have to do is you have to go up a little bit, up in the sky, and then mark that as your second point so that you chop down all the tree, because otherwise you're not going to chop down the whole tree. So yeah, so that's the only difference between the two. You set it up exactly the same way, and then you can do your little filtering down here the same way as well. You send your saplings, you grab your saplings, send them to the planter to replant, and then you send your wood and apples. Like if you're doing oak, which one of these is oak? Like this oak. See, this oak will produce wood, saplings, sticks, and apples. So you have to make sure that you have a spot for all of those. So if you go over here, see, I've got sticks there, a lot of sticks. I've got apples up there. I've got oak, and I've got sapling. And as you can see, I've got a lot of that stuff. So yeah, you just need to filter whatever it is you're filtering. And see, I don't really need this anymore, but I had a fisher set up over there, and I was pulling this stuff. The reason I was saving these is these grant you healing. They give you a healing effect, and then of course the fish was for food. But I can get rid of that because I don't need to eat anymore, and I don't really need the healing effect because I have regeneration. So I'll probably take those out and remove those items and just trash them and put the drawers back and put it back as empty so I can use them for something else. So. Yeah, so that's it. Oh, and one little other update. I kind of moved my. I didn't move it. I just kind of hid the power generation behind the wall there, just to make it look a little nicer. That way you're not staring at it. And I don't know if you noticed the windmills, wind generators are gone. That's because I moved them all the way up to the top up there. You can just see them up there. Yeah, they're up there, and they produce more energy. And I've got a flux plug hooked to them that's hooked into the network. So it just gives, I don't really need it considering that this thing is I still haven't used it. Let me show you something here on this. So that thing is running. I've got one gas generator and it's running it's basically maxed out over there. And as you can see here, I've got this basic flex storage, which I think holds 2 million FE, and it's not budging at all. And but look at all these machines that I have down here, and all of these are completely maxed out. They're all completely maxed out. They should be, at least. I mean, these guys, yeah, see, I've got everything maxed out here. And I haven't even dented that energy usage. So really, set yourself up a gas burning generator. Super easy to set up, and you just get tons and tons of energy. I'm not even close to maxing out one gas generator. You know, I mean, I've got all these machines running max, and I'm not even putting a dent in that energy generation, you know. And I've got these guys going here. I've got the Ender Dragon thing, and it's running. It's up to advanced right now. Yeah, and so I'm getting those predictions. Nope, that's the wrong thing. I'm getting all of these predictions here. These generalized Ender predictions. The reason I wanted these is you can make nether stars with these. Yeah, if you look at the uses on them. Whoop. I always end up doing that. So you can make nether stars here with wither skeleton skulls, and soul sand. And so you can just make nether stars with them really easy. And the nether stars, you need the nether stars for the advanced upgrade on a lot of things. And I get wither skulls from my mob farm over here because I have beheading on my... that's so loud. my little... my little mob basher here has beheading on it. So yeah, oh, that guy is not going to die, is he? He's just sitting up there. I've got this ethereal glass, which means you can walk through it, but it won't. The mobs can't get out. Yeah, this thing, I don't know, since the 1.6 update, my world's getting a little glitchy for some reason. I'm not sure what's going on. Everything was working fine up until that 1.0.6 update. Then it kind of got a little glitchy. And notice my sword, look what it's doing. I'm not sure why it's doing that. Yeah, it's not swinging. I don't know if it's because I've got a totem that's doing that or some sort of enchant that's doing it. I'm not sure what's causing that. I should be swinging, right? But I'm not swinging. Or maybe it's, one of my charms. I'm not sure what's going on. I mean, I can still kill stuff with it. That's not an issue. But it looks weird. Or maybe it's because I'm invisible. I'm not sure. Yeah, I don't know what's causing it, but I do have some glitches going on, and I'm not exactly sure what's happening here. Yeah, like this down here. I noticed after the update, this stuff just stopped working, and I don't know why. This is not showing visually, but it is going into the system, so yeah. Oh, anyways, I'll poke around with it. I'll mess with it. I mean, I've got plenty of resources here. It's not like it's a crisis by any means. I mean, gosh, look at the number of resources I have. 4.3K on soul sand, 16K on that. I got so many resources. I mean, look at this, 21K, 30K. I mean, I can't even use all these resources. Oh, there's a mimic down here. Yeah, these guys. Look at it. I've got the levitation totem, so yeah, he levitates. He always spawns a mimic. I get one about every 1 or 2 days, and they all spawn down here. And he didn't drop anything, unless it went in the chest. These hoppers are bad about these wooden hoppers are bad about picking up stuff that they shouldn't be picking up. Yeah, if you're wanting the artifacts, just put some chests out and you'll get the mimic, and he'll spawn every 1 or 2 days, and you'll just collect all the artifacts that way. I mean, he spawns down there every 1 or 2 days. He spawns down there. So, and you can see I could hit him with the sword. It just looks weird. I don't know what's going on. But anyways, I want to talk a little bit about farming. So I hope it was helpful to you. I appreciate you watching. I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye now. Hello, everybody, and welcome